Hello, in this video we're going to be looking at congruent triangles. So this workpack is available to download on my website, so I'll link that in the description box, but otherwise let's just get started. So before we start, we kind of need to know what we mean by congruent triangles. So suppose we have a triangle. A triangle that's congruent is a triangle that is literally exactly the same. It might have just been rotated or flipped or moved around in some way. So if I have this triangle and I want to draw a triangle congruent, I'm just going to simply take this triangle, I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste. And now I have another triangle, and this triangle is exactly the same, so it's congruent. If I decide to rotate this triangle, it's still congruent, it's just been rotated. So congruent triangles are triangles that are mathematically exactly the same. One of them might just be flipped, rotated, or moved around a little bit, but the sides are exactly the same and the angles are exactly the same. So we have four different ways of proving congruency. We have SSS, we have SAS, we have ASA, and we have RHS. So if we can prove that three sides of the triangle are the same, so for example, if this is 8 centimeters, this is 8 centimeters, if this is 5 centimeters, and this is 5 centimeters, and this is 3 centimeters, and this is 3 centimeters, because we have three sides the same, they must be congruent. So SSS is where we have side, 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 so three sides are the same. SAS is side, angle, side. So if we can prove that a side and an angle on another side, so the angle has to be sandwiched between those two sides, if we can prove they're the same, then we have congruency. So for example, if we chopped out this 5 centimeters and this 5 centimeters, and we had that this was 30 degrees and this was also 30 degrees, we have side, angle, side, because we have two sides and an angle between them that are exactly the same. So SAS is side, angle, side. ASA is angle, side, angle. So if we can prove that we have two angles and a side between them the same, then they're congruent. So if I cross out this one, and instead I label this one as 50 degrees and this one as also 50 degrees, again, we can prove they're congruent because we have two angles and a side between them that are exactly the same. So ASA is angle, side, angle. And then RHS is a slightly different one. So in order to have RHS, that's right angle, hypotenuse, side. So that only applies if our triangles are right angled. So if I have a right angle triangle here, and then I have another right angle triangle that I'm going to just copy and paste so that they're exactly the same. So I have this one, but I'm going to rotate it like that so it looks slightly different. So if I can prove that there's a right angle, so there's a right angle in two of them, there's a hypotenuse that's the same. So the hypotenuse is the side that's opposite the right angle. So if I say this one's 13 centimeters and this one's also 13 centimeters, and then if I decide that this side is 5 centimeters and this is also 5 centimeters, then we have a right angle, we have a hypotenuse, and we have a side, and therefore we have RHS. So that's another reason for congruency. So this workpack is all about proving congruency, so we're going to need these four reasons. So this first question here, it says which two triangles are congruent? Now I know straight away it's not going to be RHS because we don't have any right angles pointed out, so it's not going to be that one. So we either have side, 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 angle, side, angle, or side, angle, side. So what I'm going to look at is the sides, because I can see each of these four triangles have all three sides labelled. So I have this one here which is 5, 7 and 8. So I'm looking for another triangle that's also 5, 7 and 8, and I actually have one over here, so 5, 7 and 8. So because those three sides are the same, if I just look at the other two triangles, we've got 5, 8 and 10 and 5, 7 and 9. So they're not congruent, and they're also not congruent to 5, 7 and 8. So I know that A and B must be congruent straight away because we have side, side, side. So that's the first thing I looked for there. And so that is the answer to this question. This next question here, we're looking for two triangles that are congruent again. Now for this one here, none of these four triangles have all three sides labelled. So it's not going to be side, side, side. And it's also not going to be RHS because again, we don't have right angles. So we have two options. We have either ASA or SAS. So side, angle, side, or angle, side, angle. So all of these triangles have three angles labelled, which is nice. So if we just look at the first one, so we've got a 60, an 8 and a 50. So if there was another triangle that had a 60, an 8 and a 50, together, then they would be congruent. So if we just look at triangle B, we have an 8, but 8 is sandwiched between 50 and 70, so they're not congruent. This one here, we have an 8, but 8 is sandwiched between 50 and 60, so we can say that A and C must be congruent because we have angle, side, angle. So the two congruent triangles are A and C, and the reason is angle, side, angle. This next question here, it says which two triangles are congruent. So these triangles are actually right angled. So I'm straight away thinking about the RHS one. So I'm looking for ones which have a right angle, a hypotenuse and a side that are the same. So if I look at the first one, we've got a right angle, but we haven't got a hypotenuse labelled. So I'm going to discount that one straight away. The next one, we have a right angle and then we have a hypotenuse. So we have a 13 centimetre hypotenuse. So if I look for others with a 13 centimetre hypotenuse, I see that C also has a 13 centimetre hypotenuse and we have a side. So that tells us that we have 5 centimetres and 5 centimetres. So we can see that C and B are congruent. So the reason for that is we have right angle, hypotenuse and side. So we can just put, for our reason, we can just put RHS. We don't have to put right angle, hypotenuse, side. I'm just writing it out so you can see. This next question here, we need to see which two triangles are congruent. So there's no right angle, so it's not going to be that one. And none of these 4 triangles have all 3 sides labelled, so it's not going to be SSS. So again, we have either ASA or SAS. So if I look at the first one, I have a 6 centimetre and a 9 centimetre side sandwiched between a 40-degree angle. So if I look at the other triangles, I can see that the second one, B, has a 6 centimetre and a 9 centimetre sandwiched between a 40-degree angle. The other ones, they don't have that, because I can see with this one here, we have a 9 and a 6, but the 40-degree angle is in the wrong place. And again, we have a 9 and a 6 here, but the 40-degree angle is again in the wrong place. So we have A and B are congruent, and the reason is because we have side, angle, side. This next question here, we have AB is parallel to CD, AC and BD intersect at E, AE is equal to CE. We need to prove that triangle AEB is congruent to CED. So again, we're going to use the reasons SSS, SAS, ASA or RHS. So we're told that AB is parallel to CD. So I know angles in parallel lines, we have alternate corresponding co-interior angles. So straight away, I'm going to look for one of those. So I can see straight away we have this Z shape over here. So I know that this angle must be the same as this angle, which is helpful because we're looking for angles that are the same. I can also similarly say that this angle is the same as this angle. If I wanted to, I could say that these two angles are the same because they're vertically opposite. So I've got a few angles that I know are the same straight away. It also says that AE is equal to CE. So that tells us that AE, which is this side, is equal to CE, which is this side. So now I can see that the two triangles are congruent because I have angle, side, angle, because we have these two angles and this side that are the same. So to write that down mathematically, firstly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down angle BAE is equal to angle ECD. And the reason for that is because they're alternate angles. So alternate angles are equal. I'm then going to write AE equals EC. So AE equals EC. And that's just because we're told in the question. So I'm going to put BAE is equal to ECD and I'm going to write an A in brackets. AE equals EC and I'm going to put an S in brackets. And finally, I'm going to put ABE, so angle ABE is equal to angle EDC, again because we have alternate angles. And so we have ASA. So the final mark is given by saying ASA, and so our triangles must be congruent. So that is the answer to this question. This next question here, we have ABC is isosceles where AB equals AC, D lies on BC, and BAD is equal to DAC. We need to prove that triangle ABD is congruent to ACD. So here we have an isosceles triangle. So since it's isosceles, we're actually told that this side is equal to this side. So that's good to know straight away. Because it's isosceles, I also know that this angle must be equal to this angle because that's a fact of isosceles triangles. So that might be useful. We're also told in the question that BAD is equal to DAC. So we can say BAD, which is this angle, is equal to DAC, which is this angle. So now I've pretty much proven it. We've got angle, side, angle that are the same. So I need to basically put that into words. So firstly, I can say that angle, so A, I can say angle BAD is equal to angle DAC. And that's just because they've told us in the question, so I don't need to give a reason for that. I have S, which is AB equals BC, so that's another reason I've been told in the question. And then we have another angle, so ASA, and that's because angle ABD, so angle ABD is equal to angle ACD. Again, that's because it's isosceles, so the reason I'm going to give for that is because it's an isosceles triangle. So therefore they're congruent because I have ASA, so it's very important that you write the reason. The final reason down is your ASA or SAS or SSS or RHS or whatever it is. So that is the answer to this question. It's important to note that some of these questions might have multiple ways of getting the right answer. So you could have also shown, because you have a shared side AD, you could have shown you have SAS. That's another alternative way of getting to that answer. So there can be multiple right ways of doing this. What would have been wrong is assuming that this is a right angle. So even though it might be a right angle, they haven't explicitly stated in the question that it's a right angle, so we couldn't have had RHS. So yeah, that's that question. This question here, we have AB and CD cross at O, AO equals CO, and BO equals DO. We need to prove that triangle AOD is congruent to COB. So again, I'm going to label what we have. So we have AB and CD cross at O, so I don't really know anything about that. I have AO equals CO, so AO equals CO, and I have BO equals DO, so these two are the same. We need to prove they're congruent. So we pretty much got it because we know that AB and CD cross at O. So that must mean that we have vertically opposite angles. So these two angles must be the same. So we're trying to prove that AOD, so this one here, is congruent to COB, so that's this one here. So again, these two are vertically opposite, so we can say those are equal as well. So we've pretty much got it. So we have S, so we have OC is equal to OD, because they've told us in the question. We have A, so angle COB is equal to angle AOD, and that's because they are vertically opposite. And then we have S, and that is that OB equals OD, so we have SAS, and that is the final answer to this question. This one here, we have ABC has a line AD drawn to BC. We have AB equals AC, so that tells us that this angle, this side is the same as this side. And we have AD bisects angle A. So bisect means cut in half. So the fact that it bisects tells us that this and this are the same. So we want to prove that ABD, so ABD, this triangle here, is congruent to triangle ACD. So ACD is the other triangle here. So this one's actually quite straightforward because we have a shared side. So AD is a shared side, it appears in both triangles. So we can see straight away that it's SSS. So we have firstly AB equals AC, so that's S. We have AD is a shared side, so again we have another S. And then finally, we have CD equals DB, and that is because D bisects CB. So here we have SSS, and therefore the two triangles are congruent. This last question here is a higher tier question only, so it involves circle theorems, which is a higher tier topic. So AB is a diameter of the circle. AC equals AD, so I'm going to say AC equals AD, and C and D lie on the circumference of the circle. We need to prove that ACB is congruent to triangle ADB. So we're trying to prove that ACB, which is ACB, so this triangle here, is congruent to triangle ADB, which is this triangle here. So we've already got that one of the sides are the same in both of them. So we have AC equals AD, so that's fine. We've already got that. We also have a shared side in this triangle here, so we have AB as the shared side, so we've got another side that's the same. So the key thing here is to know that angles in a semicircle meet at 90 degrees, so that's one of those circle theorems. So when you have a diameter, which in this case we do, AB, if a triangle is created, that triangle is created in a semicircle and we have a 90-degree angle. So this angle here is going to be 90 degrees, and therefore this angle is also going to be 90 degrees. So we actually have RHS because AB forms the hypotenuse of that right angle triangle. So if we just write that down, so firstly we have R, which is right angle, and so we can say that angle ACB is equal to angle ADB, which is equal to 90 degrees, and the reason for that is angles in a semicircle meet at 90 degrees. We can say H, so H is the hypotenuse, so we have a shared side AB, and then we have S, so we have AC equals AD, and that's just because they've told us that in the question, so we don't need to give a reason for that, and so we have RHS. So the answer to this one is RHS. So that was the last question I have on congruent triangles, so I hope you found that useful. That's everything for this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye!